Fondue for you, fondue for you.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to welcome to the first episode of Fondue for You, the show where we talk about the cultural phenomenon and dumpster fire that was Glee. And we are your hosts, Caroline, Meryn, and Madi. And we're excited to be here and chat about Glee. We're going episode by episode. So we're talking about season 1, episode 1 today. Oh boy. And I thought before we, get started, we should talk about, what Glee is to us when we watch Glee, what it is. And yeah, so that's passing that off to someone else to take the reins.
I can start. I have watched all of Glee. I actually started watching it in high school and I only got through season 3. And then when I started college, I was like, I need to finish this show. So I watched through again to all 5 seasons. It's a real time. I'm very excited to get a little deeper into this show. It's like, it feels like home in a way. Like it can be very problematic at times, but it definitely gives me like kind of a high school vibe and gets me back into that place. So
it's true.
I have only seen the pilot episode of Glee, and I watched it about half an hour ago for the first time tonight as of recording this. So I am new. I am totally new to Glee. I never watched it. I've never seen it before. I mean, I've seen like snippets of it here and there and like memes and TikToks and whatnot, but yeah, I'm totally new to it. I at the request of these two, I don't know where I am on your screen, I'm pointing where you are on my screen. These two are getting me into it, so
oh yeah. I know Madi is a person from our generation who never watched Glee growing up, so I mean, we're getting her perspective firsthand from just never having seen it, which I think is really exciting. I'm really excited to hear what you think, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, I watched it growing up as it came out, in 2008 through middle school and high school. It has a special place in my heart, though I know, again, it's, and we'll get there. We'll talk about it, y'all. But, just, yeah, it is special to me, sort of like Meryn said, like, even though, like, it's absolute garbage, like it is. Also, I would like to preface a tradition we're going to be starting for every episode is I will be wearing a Kurt Hummel outfit from the episode, because his outfits are just they're layered, and they are many, and they are something else, let me tell you. So today I have the classic sunglasses shirt, but they're real sunglasses, and a button down, so don't worry, I know how to dress myself. This is just, no, I'm sorry, I'm insulting Kurt Hummel. He's way more fashion forward than I am. But yes, that is that. Why don't we just chat about this episode that we watched today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get Maddie's take first. Yeah. General thoughts. Will you keep watching? All of that.
So will I keep watching? Yes. Primarily out of just like curiosity. I want to see where this goes. Yeah, I will definitely keep watching. And I also know that you guys, there are a lot of like really iconic things that come from Glee. I imagine I'd love to, be in the know on all those things. But general thoughts, I mean, half the time throughout the episode, I feel like it was like, what on earth? And the other half I was like, okay, but then it kind of like went back and forth between those two feelings for me. Overall, there were like a couple like moments that I was like, oh, I like this, and then there were some other moments where I was like I will admit, but I'm interested to see where the show goes. I will definitely keep watching.
Can we get your predictions for the end of the season? For like each character, maybe some characters that you have specific ideas for. Where do you think each of them will end at the end of season 1?
Do you want my predictions now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I need to see if I can get all the names right. So it's Mr. Shu, right? And is it Yeah, see, this is gonna be the problem. This is gonna be like the biggest problem for like I should have like a list pulled up of the characters.
I'm laughing because I don't like Mr. Shu, not because like you aren't remembering, just because we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, okay. So you want my full on like prediction right now? If I'm being totally real, I think Mr. Shu is going to divorce his wife, and end up with, is her name Emma?
Oh, the redheaded gal.
Yeah. Yes. And I think Finn and Rachel, I think, are going to become a thing. I think it looks like it, or maybe that's just how they're setting it up. You know, they're making you think that's where it's going, but that's where it seems like it's going. I think Finn will not stay with his current girlfriend for very long. The praying one, which like that, you know, it's like that's what's memorable about that to me. I will say she is valid for her faith. Totally cool, but I did not like the way that she talked to Finn upon seeing him talking to Rachel and just being like, why are you talking to another girl? Like that kind of dynamic is a little toxic to me. So I don't know if that relationship's gonna last.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else is we've been introduced to.
We have
Tina.
Right.
Also in Glee Club. Let's see, the rest of Glee Club is Tina, Mercedes, Artie. I think that's it, right?
Did
you say Kurt?
No.
Okay. Any thoughts for them or no?
Names again. I like the gals, all the gals in the club, except I will say I don't like Rachel so far. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I was just like, oh, who is this gal? But is it just Tina and Mercedes or the other gals?
Yeah.
In the Glee Club? I like them. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned for Artie. Is he in the wheelchair? Mm-hmm. Like everyone just keeps like shoving him around like into the wall, like off the stage, like almost that's I hope he doesn't get hurt.
But you know, Puck said he's already in a wheelchair. It's horrible. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh, Puck. Yep. I looked up what a prostate is, and she doesn't have one. Like, oh, gosh.
Classic.
Oh, man. But yeah, I think those are most of my preliminary thoughts. I will say, I think I like Finn. I think I do, but I don't like Rachel. Maybe she'll grow on me, but right now I'm just like, girl.
Yeah, maybe.
She's a little too much for me.
Yeah, maybe she will.
Maybe.
I have a feeling that's a no.
We're awful. Over here, we're like, we're two old hags. Just like.
Caroline and I are trying not to spoil anything for Madi at all throughout this, so hopefully that goes well. We'll see. Sometimes she and I will have ideas for things and we'll like be texting about it and have to stop to like go to a private chat. So we got this though. Oh man,
we got it. All right, well, let's just chat about this episode because it's a pilot and we meet the friends, and I think we are set very well, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, we know everyone in the school. We get introduced to pretty much all of the main players in the, you know, and we'll get to know them all more deeply. But I think we understand people on a surface level pretty well from this first episode, which I think is really impressive. It's hard to get like a pilot that makes you want to watch more, because oftentimes, like when I tell people to watch certain shows that I like, I'm like, you have to get past the first 3 episodes and then it's good. This one, I feel like, you know, obviously it's very problematic and it might not be for everybody, but I think the first episode really gives you a taste of what you're in for, unlike some other shows. So,
right.
Yeah.
I also feel like with Glee, it is very problematic. But it's very upfront with the fact that it will be problematic. It's not a show where like every 4 episodes there's something that's said that's very off base and you're uncomfortable, and like, no, you're uncomfortable from the start. Like it lets you know that that's kind of the start, like how it's going to pan out. And I think that kind of show is very unusual. Like I don't know that I could name another show that is very outwardly like, hey, we're going to be talking about a lot of things and we're not always going to be, very like careful about them, which could be a better thing to do. We'll discuss that. But
Right.
yeah.
Was it Rachel who was like, oh, you can't give the solo in this song to the guy in a wheelchair? Like,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a little yikes. I
Yeah.
will say,
I was just gonna say though, I kind of hear you, Meryn, on like, I think that comment was like, the viewer is intended to see that comment as problematic. Like, I don't think it was like
Right.
the show is saying that. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
right.
Like the audience knows. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you can't say that.
Right.
True. I think that if this show were written today, things would be different. I really think that there are comments included that even though they are intended to be satire and intended to be funny, they just didn't age well, even in this first episode, and so that's part of the conversation too. I want to say, like, yes, I think it's great, and like everything Sylvester says is like clearly meant to be like wrong. I mean, that's her character, and the writers do that pretty well, but like, I do want to say that there are things that are just like wouldn't make the cut today.
True.
Yeah, because it's rough.
Yeah, in my creative writing class in college, we talked about how there should be a difference between the narrator, the writer, the narrator, and the characters. And I think in Glee, with a character like Sue, as the writer, you can tell that the writer doesn't agree with what Sue's saying because of how the character is written, whereas some of the other comments throughout are a little bit more hazy, and I think that's where some of the problematic areas lean, whereas with Sue, it's like everyone can tell that it's like so over the top, like you know that that's not what the writer was actually trying to express to the audience. So yeah.
So why don't we talk about like just Mr. Schue and his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have some thoughts on that relationship dynamic. It doesn't appear healthy to me. I wouldn't say
All right.
stating the obvious. Yeah, no, it makes me like kind of sad for him that his wife is like, trying to pull him away from something that he's passionate about on the grounds that like, oh, you need to be more realistic about like your life. It's like, I think being realistic doesn't always require you to subject yourself to like a career path that bores you to tears. You know what I mean? Like, I think that I support him in his Glee Club goals, and I wish his wife supported him too, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of like mutual support happening there.
I mean, she's also not willing to put in any work herself. She's
Yeah.
like, I work 3-4 hour shifts a week. Like,
yeah, exactly.
oh my.
Yeah, she's every time she's on screen, I'm like, please leave, like go away. Like I might hate her more than Mr. Schue, which is saying something pretty strong there. Yeah.
See, it surprises me to hear that you guys hate Mr. Schue. I don't necessarily have strong feelings towards his character yet, but
I think
maybe that'll
every
change.
episode we should have Madi rate her feeling toward Mr. Schue overall.
Ooh.
Like taking in his entire character from 0 to 10, and we'll see how it changes. So 10 is like, he's the best person in this world, I couldn't love him more. 1 is, he is a war criminal.
I mean, right now I think I'd say I'm at a solid 5. Like I feel completely neutral towards him. Like I need to learn more, Okay. I definitely don't like his wife though.
Yeah, she's pretty awful. Yes.
I will say one other maybe prediction, or just, I don't know, a hunch, maybe it's totally wrong. I am not convinced that his wife is actually pregnant. That's all I'll say.
All right. Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just, I think it's just a gut feeling.
Okay. Interesting.
You'll have to see. Next time on Glee!
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Glee! Oh, classic. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Madi, I'm also curious, as far as like characters you've met so far, I know you don't really know them very well, but if you were to say like you are most similar to a character, who would it be? Because I have a person I think that I would pick for you, but I don't know if we know enough about everyone yet to make a call.
Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that yet. I really have no idea.
Yeah.
Probably Terri, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Schu's wife.
Oh my god.
Obviously.
Oh Behind that
I'm
door,
definitely a Rachel.
Behind that door is Maddie's craft room.
Behind that door?
That's your craft room. Yay!
Oh, well.
Classic.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When she has like the freaking toilet holders or whatever, like
it's like, girl, what are you doing? What is that? Yeah, she's awful. Ugh.
She puts like no effort into the relationship. Oh, it just frustrates me so much.
I know. Let's venture away. Let's talk about Sue Sylvester. Like, what a woman. Like, oh, thank God she's in the show. Jane Lynch is one of my favorite comedians ever. I got to see her live very randomly one time with a friend of mine from high school. Yeah, like very randomly, and she was great. It was at a like local, like in Washington D.C., like a bar. I mean, like I was in high school when I saw her, but yeah, I mean, she was great.
Very cool.
Meredith from The Office was there.
What?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow, what a squad!
Really super cool. But yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about Sue, Madi, or?
I think it was funny. Who I think was it Caroline or was it you, Meryn, who said that you could see me playing that character,
right?
In a show or something.
Like if we were in high school and we were in Glee the musical, you would have played Sue Sylvester.
I can see that. I honestly I can see that. I feel like that would be a fun one to play because she's just so like extra, but not extra in the same way as Rachel, in a very different way.
Yeah, Madi, we're hearing a lot of hatred for Rachel over in your corner. What are your thoughts on Rachel?
Oh my god, I think it was like it did not take long. I think it took maybe like 5 or 6 seconds for me to decide I didn't like her. In her very first appearance on the screen. She annoys me. Sorry.
I mean, I would say in this first episode, Caroline and I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she changes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I have a feeling she doesn't.
Why
just a feeling. Just a hunch.
Meryn, why?
Why?
Let's talk about the music in the episode.
Right.
Because it starts off with 5 different bangers. Or not. I don't know. We're gonna rank our songs per episode based on what we enjoy the most. So our options for today are Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat, You're the One That I Want, Rehab, Leaving on a Jet Plane, and Don't Stop Believin'.
Ooh. Okay, well, maybe it's because just Don't Stop Believin' is the most annoying Glee song ever. And that's like from future experience that I am thinking of, but like that would be middle of the pack for me, I gotta say. Mr. Schu on the guitar is last place. Just no. Anytime Anytime he has a song in an episode and I'm watching alone, I will fast forward. Yeah. Oh my god. I just hate it so much. So that's my 5th place choice, I think. Yeah.
Should we go? Oh, I like that. Let's go 5th place for everyone. My 5th place is also Leaving on a Jet Plane by Mr. Schu. It's also, it feels slower than the original song. I could be very wrong about that, but or maybe it's just more boring.
It felt slower.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. He also wasn't leaving on a jet plane. It wasn't a very appropriate song. He was literally going to go like down the block and work at an accounting office. Like,
Meryn, it's a metaphor.
If it had been sung by literally anyone else, we'd be like, wow, they were really good. Like, we're... Oh gosh.
We'll
You know, I
try.
think that's also my 5th place song as well. It just didn't do anything for me. I agree. It was boring. I was like, okay.
We'll try and keep our Mr. Shoe hate to a minimum.
You know, it's so I have to mention this here too. There's a person who went to my college who got famous on TikTok for making Matthew Morrison like satire like on TikTok.
No way. Can we
Yes.
link them below?
Yeah, we will. I'll link her below. I think her username is Teen Scientist. So
Okay.
check her out. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh my.
Wow. All right, number 4. What you got, Caroline?
Don't Stop Believin'.
Wow, okay.
I hate it a lot. I like the song, but I just like I think it's just how it like the legacy it left on society after Glee came out the first time that I just like, you know, my cold rocky heart just will not let it I will not let myself love it. So
Gotcha. I would say for me, number 4 would be You're the One That I Want. They shorten the song, which is one of my pet peeves, is when you take out like the good part of the song, and then most of it was just Rachel and Finn going like like, and I was like, stop, like it made it made me uncomfortable. So that would be number 4 for me.
Meryn, I have the same number 4.
Yeah.
You're the One That I Want is my number 4. Once again, it was like, maybe this is just me being overly critical, but that was like when Finn was singing and then Rachel was like, oh my God, like, you're so good. And everyone was like, wow, he has a gift. And I was kind of just sitting there like, he's okay. Like, he can sing, I guess. Like, I wasn't wowed by it. And I like him as a character so far, but I was like, yeah, he can sing, but I'm not feeling the same level of like impressed at I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
I hear that. Yeah, I think, I don't know, like they go out looking for talent to match Rachel. And I think that you could make a really strong argument that at least Kurt is very talented. No, Kurt doesn't have like a baritone voice that fits most male solos in like the pop genre. Okay, but like he's not bad, and I would argue that Kurt has a lot more talent than our guy Finn. I don't know. I always thought that was weird too. I completely agree.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you though.
Yeah, it's like
Kurt was the one who did the falsetto, right?
Yeah,
chef's kiss.
It was so good. And also, I feel like throughout the series, there are going to be comments that are made like, "Oh, Rachel's like the only good one," and it's like that is just so incorrect. Everyone is good. It's so annoying.
When Kurt auditioned and he was like,
brush the hair.
And my favorite is his stance, like how he's like, cellophane, and he's just like so
whole
funny.
time. Oh yeah,
classic. Yeah. I also have it here, like I made 2 notes I wanted to talk about, and one is that Kurt's outfit in the You're the One That I Want scene is a Dwight Schrute button-down mustard shirt with the brown tie and a see-through wife beater sweater. That's all. Maybe I don't understand fashion, but
yeah. I feel like that's what I was gonna say. Like, oh, I'm very far away from fashionable.
What is fashion? I don't know where.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
My number 3 is You're the One That I Want. I just swapped them. I think I prefer this one just because it is such a meme and like it's so stupid and I love it so much.
I put Don't Stop Believin' at 3rd. We swapped that. Yep. I think, I don't know. I really like Don't Stop Believin'. It's a fave. And I think it's kind of the first time that they connect, you know? I don't know. I'm actually gonna backtrack on that in a little bit, but yeah, it's just kind of fun to see them vibe. And also Mr. Shoe is absent for the entire song. Adds points in my book.
Always a plus.
Oh my. I feel like Mr. Shu is now the Kamaru Naegi of this, this show.
Yes. For those of you who do not know, we all three are hosts on a Danganronpa podcast. If you're into Danganronpa, the link will be in the description. But yeah, that's what we're referencing there.
Oh man. So my number 3 is Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat. Yeah, that's my number 3.
Oh.
Smack in the middle, because I was like, it was funny. It made me chuckle a little, but it was also like a little one of those moments again where I was kind of like, what am I watching? I don't know. And maybe it was because of the like wheelchair comment, although I know once again, like, it was satirical, was not intended to be like a genuine comment about people in wheelchairs at all. It's just Rachel being Rachel. I talk as if I like know these people. But yeah, that's at number 3 for me.
It's okay to be wrong. So for my number 2, I'm just kidding.
I'm not. Oh.
Yeah, you're. For number 2, I have Rehab because vocal adrenaline. You know, I mean, Maddie doesn't know this yet, but you know, they're never gonna be as good as my number 1 choice. Yeah, so Rehab, even though it is a bop, I did enjoy.
Yeah, Rehab is also my number 2. I think that it is on the surface good, but I didn't feel any passion, and it lacked that for me. So
my number 2 is Don't Stop Believin'. I liked it. I did like it. I thought it was a good performance. I thought their sound was good. I liked the brass. You know, that was a excuse me, that was a nice touch. I'm very, very frustrated though at the fact that they were depicted singing and like dancing on stage with no microphones when there was a whole band behind them with like brass, and in reality not a single word that they sang would be audible. However, I'm willing to overlook that just a little and suspend my disbelief.
You heard it here first. Mr. Shu is crying in the back of the auditorium because all he hears is and
they're just like I also want to know how on a $60 budget they have an entire like band.
Yeah.
And a guy who can play piano for them at their every beckoning call.
I also like talking about Mr. Shu being in the auditorium. I don't know that I would have been as excited as the Glee kids to see my like what's it called, when you are a teacher and you represent a club.
Oh gosh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Like sponsor or something.
Yeah. When you're like, let's say you're club sponsor, you sign up for this club. It's never happened before. You've always wanted to show off your singing, and it happens. And the teacher is like, "We're gonna go to sectionals. It's gonna be great." And then he quits like 4 days later. Then you and the other kids are like, "Let's sing this song together just for old time's sake. It'll be our closing number as a group." And he shows up at the end, and his first 2 comments are critiques. It's like, "Hey, our star singer, you should work on your voice. And the other star singer, you kind of stink at singing. All right, guys, we're back. Let's work on sectionals music." And they're all like, "Yay!" Yeah, it's partly my dislike of Mr. Shu, but they were very excited to have him show up and just be mean.
Yeah, and also I hate the comment when he's like, "Oh, I couldn't watch you win nationals without me." Like,
they don't need you. Is
yeah,
what he
get
said.
out, okay? Rachel would win it without you. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Okay, number 1 for songs. Well, by process of elimination, it's "Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat." This is a classic because it's like the first time our faves back together, or together for the first time, not back together, together, and they suck, and it's amazing, and it's just so funny. And they don't suck, I'm sorry, that was so mean of me, and they were okay, you know what I mean, like they were supposed to be purposefully bad. And I just appreciate that. Also, fun fact that I learned listening to like the Kevin McHale and Jenna, what's her last name, Tina's actress, Jenna, it starts with a U anyway, but they were talking about that song, and apparently that song was recorded before they did like the voice like perfecting or like mixing, and so it's like a little rough around the edges, but it's kind of supposed to sound like that. So yeah, it's good.
That is also my number one song. Honestly, when I was listening to it, I didn't think it sounded bad. Like, did it sound as polished as some of the other songs? No. Right. But like, I was like, they probably have only rehearsed this, I don't know, once, based on the way Mr. Shu reacts to it at the end and the way Rachel storms out. And it's not bad. It's the first time we get to see Artie sing Icon. And I don't know, I really enjoyed the performance, and even the choreography. I think it felt to me the most real of all the performances. Like, if you asked me, like, what would a high school show choir look like upon first rehearsal? That was it. Not Don't Stop Believin', that they probably had to rehearse like 8 times before that one. Yeah, so it's definitely got a soft spot in my heart.
I hear you, Meryn.
Yeah.
I hear you. My number one is Rehab, the only one not sung by the actual members of the Glee Club. Well, I guess the song with Mr. Shu's song. There's that one. But yeah, I really enjoyed that performance. I feel like that would have been like a fun one to like actually see live in like some kind of show choir showcase or something. It seemed fun. It was like kind of a bop. I was grooving to it. I like the kind of like surprise twist they pull at the beginning where they start singing like this very like pretty choir music, and then like the lights come on and they start dancing. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. All right.
Comment below what your top 5 is, because I'm very curious to see, like, compared to people who have watched the entire show to people who are new like Madi, like where your rankings fall. That would be super interesting to know.
Right. Yeah, I have nothing else. We're kind of vibing out here.
Yeah,
I'm good. I can wrap us up if that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hi. Goodbye. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the first episode of Fondue for You. We're just figuring it out, and hope you all are here for the fun ride. All of our links to all of our social medias and everything are going to be in the episode description, so make sure you check that out, and we will see you next time we post a video.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.